Hello, welcome to the Great Garden channel. This is an orchid that I purchased from a discount store for only $2. At first glance, I could immediately see that the orchid was quite weak. The root system was poorly developed, the leaves lacked vitality, and the overall plant no longer appeared healthy. In today's video, I will share with you a completely different orchid growing method. We will not use pine bark, nor will we use traditional potting soil. When this method is applied correctly, the orchid will have a more breathable environment for its roots, reducing the risk of root rot, promoting healthier leaves, encouraging strong root development, and creating favorable conditions for future flowering. If you are new to the channel, do not forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so that you do not miss simple, economical, and highly effective plant care tips. Let us get started. First, gently remove the orchid from its pot. This step helps inspect the condition of the root system, remove old growing medium if necessary, and identify damaged or rotten roots so they can be treated promptly. Next, carefully remove all of the old moss attached around the base and root system of the orchid. Over time, this moss can accumulate dirt, mineral deposits, and excessive moisture around the base of the plant. If it is not replaced regularly, the root system may become less breathable, affecting the orchid's ability to absorb water and nutrients. Removing the old moss helps improve air circulation around the roots and allows us to clearly inspect the root system to identify any damaged or rotten roots. This is also an important step in preparing a cleaner and more suitable growing environment for the orchid during the following stages of care. Perform this step gently to avoid damaging healthy root tips that are actively growing. In addition to the English voice, we have now created dubbed voices in French, German, Italian, Spanish, Portuguese, Japanese, Hindi, and Indonesian to help you understand the content more easily. Listen in your preferred language by opening the video and clicking on Settings, the gear icon, to select the appropriate audio language. After removing all of the old moss, use specialized pruning scissors that have been properly disinfected with alcohol or a sanitizing solution. Next, carefully trim away any dry roots, rotten roots, damaged roots, and any yellow leaves or leaves that can no longer recover. Removing these weakened plant parts helps the orchid direct its nutrients toward healthy roots and leaves, reduces the spread of fungal diseases, and minimizes unnecessary energy consumption. Which country are you watching this video from? It's wonderful that we can connect with each other from all over the world. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please hit the subscribe button to support me and not miss any orchid care tips. After that, bring the orchid to a source of clean water and gently rinse the entire root system, base, and stem. Carefully remove any remaining moss, dirt, decayed roots, and debris attached to the plant. Cleaning the orchid in this way improves root aeration and allows you to clearly assess the condition of the orchid after pruning. In addition, washing the orchid removes substances that may have accumulated in the old growing medium, creating more favorable conditions for water and nutrient absorption after replanting or transferring the orchid into a new environment. During this process, work carefully to avoid breaking or damaging healthy root tips. Finally, place the orchid in a dry and well-ventilated area away from direct sunlight, or in a location with only gentle light. This helps reduce stress, minimize water loss, and create favorable conditions for healthier root development. While waiting, I will prepare a simple disinfecting solution for the orchid. First, prepare 1 liter of clean water in a suitable container. Next, use baking soda. This is a familiar kitchen ingredient that many gardeners use to help clean plants and maintain leaf surfaces. Add 1 tablespoon of baking soda to the water and stir thoroughly until the baking soda is completely dissolved. Once the orchid has dried naturally, gently place the roots and base of the plant into the prepared baking soda solution. Soak the orchid for approximately 15 minutes so that the solution comes into contact with the roots and base. This helps clean the orchid after pruning, supports root hygiene, and creates favorable conditions for recovery before replanting. At the same time, use a soft cotton pad dipped in the baking soda solution and gently wipe both sides of each leaf. Cleaning the leaves helps remove dust and impurities from the leaf surfaces, making the leaves cleaner, more breathable, and more efficient at absorbing light for photosynthesis. At the same time, this is also an opportunity to inspect the leaves and identify any unusual signs at an early stage. If you want to learn the secret to caring for Phalaenopsis orchids, make sure to watch this video carefully until the end. Your orchids will become strong, grow new roots, and bloom vibrantly all year round. After approximately 15 minutes, gently remove the orchid from the solution and place it in a dry, well-ventilated area to dry naturally. At this point, after the orchid has been cleaned and treated, we will prepare a natural nutrient solution to support faster recovery. First, use coffee. Coffee contains small amounts of potassium, as magnesium, and natural organic compounds that may support beneficial microorganisms in the growing medium and contribute to healthier plant growth. Prepare a clean glass container, then add 1 tablespoon of coffee. Next, pour approximately 500 milliliters of hot water into the container to dissolve the coffee and create a natural nutrient solution. Finally, cover the container and allow the solution to steep for 1 hour. While waiting, I will prepare the growing medium. In this method, I do not use pine bark or traditional potting soil. Instead, I use stones. Using stones for growing orchids helps keep the root system well aerated, reduces water accumulation, and lowers the risk of root rot. First, prepare a quantity of clean stones as shown in the video. The spaces between the stones also improve airflow around the roots, creating an environment similar to the natural growing conditions of many orchid species. Next, prepare 1 liter of clean water, then add 1 tablespoon of baking soda to the water to help clean and disinfect the stones. Stir thoroughly until the baking soda is completely dissolved. This allows the solution to be distributed evenly and improves the cleaning process by removing dirt and impurities from the stone surfaces. Next, pour the entire baking soda solution over the prepared stones and soak them for 15 minutes before use. Which country are you watching this video from? It's wonderful that we can connect with each other from all over the world. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please hit the subscribe button to support me and not miss any orchid care tips. After approximately 15 minutes of soaking, remove all of the stones and place them on a clean tray. This allows excess water and solution to drain away and helps ensure that the growing medium remains clean and well aerated before use. It also helps create a more stable and suitable environment for root development. At this point, the growing medium is ready. After 1 hour, once the coffee solution has cooled completely, strain out all of the residue and keep only the clear liquid. This liquid is the natural nutrient solution that we will use to support stronger root development, improve recovery after treatment, and create favorable conditions for future growth. Add 1 liter of clean water to dilute the solution. Next, use vitamin B1. Vitamin B1 is commonly used by many growers to support plant recovery after repotting, pruning, or root treatment. It also helps plants adapt to new environments and supports the development of new roots. I use 3 vitamin B1 tablets and add them directly to the prepared solution. Then stir thoroughly until the tablets dissolve completely and the ingredients are evenly distributed throughout the solution. Now the solution is ready to use. First, gently place the orchid into the solution so that the base, stem, and root system are fully immersed. Soaking the orchid in this solution allows the roots to absorb moisture and nutrients after the cleaning, pruning, and treatment process. At the same time, it helps the orchid recover more effectively, reduces stress, and creates favorable conditions for the development of new roots. Allow the orchid to soak for approximately 15 to 20 minutes before proceeding to the next step. After approximately 15 to 20 minutes, gently remove the orchid from the solution and begin replanting it. First, prepare a pot as shown in the video. Next, place a layer of stones at the bottom of the pot. This layer helps stabilize the orchid and creates airspace around the roots. Then position the orchid in the center of the pot so that the roots are distributed evenly and the plant remains upright. Continue adding stones around the root system and cover the roots with a thin layer to secure the orchid. Do not pack the stones too tightly because the roots still need space to grow. At this point, the replanting process is complete. The orchid now has a cleaner, more breathable environment that supports recovery, healthy root development, and stable future growth. Now, you only need to add a small amount of clean water to the bottom of the pot. The water should only lightly touch the bottom layer of stones and should not completely submerge the root system. This method helps maintain the necessary moisture around the roots while ensuring adequate airflow and reducing the risk of root rot caused by excessive moisture. At this point, the orchid has been successfully replanted. Place the orchid in a dry and well-ventilated location away from direct sunlight or in an area with gentle light. This allows the orchid time to adapt to its new environment, reduces stress, and creates favorable conditions for root recovery and healthy development. When the water in the pot has been completely used up, simply add another small amount of clean water to the bottom of the pot to maintain the necessary moisture around the roots. Do not add too much water because orchid roots still require adequate airflow to remain healthy and avoid root rot. Results. These are orchids that I have grown using this method over the past period of time. As you can see, the root systems have developed very strongly. Many new root tips continue to emerge and firmly attach themselves to the growing medium. The leaves have a deep green color, are thick, and appear healthy, indicating that the orchids are growing steadily. Some orchids have even begun producing new flower spikes and are displaying beautiful flowers with vibrant colors and longer-lasting blooms. Overall, the orchids appear much healthier, more balanced, and more vigorous than they did initially. This demonstrates that with the right care method and consistent effort, orchids can recover remarkably well, develop healthy roots, produce beautiful foliage, and bloom regularly over time. What do you think about this method using coffee and vitamin B1? Please leave a comment below to share your thoughts, your orchid growing experiences, or any questions you may have. I would love to hear about the results you achieve when applying this method to your own orchids. If you found this video useful, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Great Garden channel to support us. Every interaction helps motivate Great Garden to continue sharing more simple, economical, and effective plant care tips in future videos. Thank you for taking the time to watch. I look forward to seeing you again in future videos on the Great Garden channel.